From the John C. Hinch Production Arts Studios in Peoria, Illinois, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Matt Danielowitz and Marcella Gillen. News with Joe Williams and Mariah Hart and your Midstate reporting team. Sports with Zach Cassee and Gabrielle Balzel and your sports reporting team. On the Beat with Christine Kinnear. The Buzz with Ashley Edlin. Get Real with Christy Surgett. Let's Eat with Stephanie Sally Robbins. About Crew with Elise Anders. Cooking for Two with Ashley Edlin and Scott DeMunk. And State of the Arts with Elizabeth Scoville. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine starts right now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm your host, Matt Danielowitz.
And from your friendliest city, I'm Marcella Gillen.
That is indeed correct, a friendly city.
You can't get any friendlier than the Midwest.
Yes, that is true. From the Windy City down here to good old Peoria, you cannot beat it.
So, have you heard about any birthdays coming up?
For some reason, I believe it is somebody's birthday coming up within a couple of days. I believe our lovely camera operator on camera two, Brittany Bennett, she is turning the big 22.
The big 22 on operating camera.
She doesn't get any older. She doesn't get any younger.
It's a golden birthday. Operating camera 2, 22.
It's like a sign. It's almost like the movie 23 almost. Like everything just kind of correlates a little bit.
Kind of. Mm-hmm. So something else to be thankful about. Last week we celebrated Veterans Day.
Yes, we did.
And I know throughout Peoria, in honor of veterans, some of the local restaurants were even giving away free food to honor those veterans.
Which is nice as well. And back home, from what my parents have told me, they did a nice parade they had for all the veterans. You know, from during the war going on right now, and even during the past wars that have happened. So it's a really great time to honor all our veterans out there, and for that we thank them. And let's check out the news with Joe, Mariah, and Gabrielle.
Good evening. I'm Joe Williams for Midstate Magazine.
And I'm Mariah Hart. Now let's take a first look at the news. With winter right around the corner, the flu is coming into season as well. Kids are often hit hard with the sniffles, coughing, and sneezes. It is said 60% of kids are carrying these uncomfortable symptoms. However, with a little help, you and your little ones can easily avoid the flu. Some tips are to sneeze and cough into your elbow rather than into your hand, and to regularly wash your hands. Also, avoid sharing cups and eating utensils. If you or your child does happen to catch the flu, practice containment by staying home and letting time take its course. Lastly, staying hydrated will keep you on the road to recovery.
A recent study by British experts found that alcohol is more dangerous than illegal drugs. The researchers analyzed the effects of alcohol on the body, its role in breaking up families, economic costs, and legal troubles. It was proved that alcohol does more damage on the body, economy, and to families than heroin, crack cocaine, marijuana, ecstasy, and LSD. Of course, there are no plans to start prohibition again, but governments are considering putting out more educational programs to raise awareness of the abuse of alcohol.
It is common knowledge that drunk driving is very dangerous. However, many overlook another sly case of reckless driving. Drowsy drivers are said to contribute to over 16% of fatal car crashes. Experts claim that 2 out of 5 drivers have fallen asleep at the wheel at least once. They caution drivers to take safety measures against drowsy driving. If possible, avoid driving between 2 and 6 a.m., drink caffeinated products, and crack open a window. However, the only real way to fix this situation is to get a good night's rest. If necessary, it is suggested that one pulls over and takes a nap. Statistics show that young adults and men are more likely to fall asleep while behind the wheel.
Police spotted a man selling marijuana on U.S. Route 24 near the Peoria County line 2 weeks ago. They arrested Daniel E. Nelson and charged him with possession of about 1/4 pound of marijuana with intent to deliver. He posted $1,000 of his $10,000 bond after a court hearing that same week and was released.
Department stores are currently hiring more workers for the holidays that are rapidly approaching. Midstate Magazine's Tyler Armstrong has more.
It's pretty tough to find a job these days. Anyone who's job hunting can tell you that 1 or 2 applications won't even get you an interview. But with winter on its way, many of the big department stores have leveled the playing field for the holiday season. JCPenney's employee Lucas McChristian explained some of the changes at his store.
With the holiday season coming, there's a big opportunity for a lot more sales, a lot of customer service that we can provide to everyone in the area.
Most new hires will be temporary, but it's still possible to earn a long-term position with good performance.
Usually the holiday employment will last through the holiday season past Christmas, probably into mid-January or so.
There will even be positions for people that lack experience or training.
So we'll get everything from sales support to customer service, selling associates, and even just replenishment, people that'll bring things off the dock, bring them into the store, load them onto the shelves. When it comes down to it, we'll probably end up doubling our employees.
With such drastic increases in staff, it'll be tough not to get hired.
So if you're in need of a job, now's the time to go out and start looking. Happy holidays to you and your family. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Tyler Armstrong.
The town of Washington recently approved a $10.2 million renovation project for Washington Community High School. The changes brought on by the referendum include 8 new classrooms from the existing kitchens and commons, as well as 4 new classrooms out of the existing office areas. Campus safety will also be improved by the connection of the 3 separate buildings, decreasing the amount of access points. With the additional space, Washington will be able to facilitate the growing enrollment facing the district. There are currently over 1,200 students enrolled in the high school, overflowing the school's maximum capacity by over 50 students. The passage of this referendum is a large turnaround from the previous vote in April 2009, where it was voted down 67% to 33%. While most businesses have been hit hard by the current economy, restaurants on Prospect thrive. Midstate Magazine's John Day has more.
Are you dining out more or less? Peoria Heights boasts a group of upscale, trendy restaurants that usually draw good business. To find out how they're doing, I talk with somebody who always knows, the bartender. A.J. Nixon is the bar manager at 7 on Prospect.
We've noticed maybe a slight decline, but I think when most businesses will drop down to maybe 40% of what they were doing, we're still easily at 80% plus.
Across the street at French Toast, executive chef Eric Harmon says he's serving more special groups.
We're really big on parties. We do a lot of private parties, a lot of drug company reps. We do Caterpillar parties. We do anniversary parties, birthday parties, graduation parties. So it's really a more party-driven business than a day-to-day restaurant.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm John Day.
The Midwest Food Bank hopes to gain more donations for its Harvest for the Holidays campaign. Leftover crops such as Illinois' corn and soy products are needed to complete Tender Mercies meals. The meals consist of packaged chicken, rice, corn, and soy. The need for meal donations has risen by 30,000 people since last year. The food bank is partnered with the Illinois Farmers Bureau, the news radio station 1470, and classic country radio 1290. Donations are accepted up until December 13th, and for more information, visit the website www.midwestfoodbanks.org. Now here's Gabrielle with sports.
Thanks, Mariah. Bradley completed its 2011-2012 men's basketball recruiting class recently with an oral commitment from 7'1" Nate Wells. The 215-pound high school senior at Davenport West led the state of Iowa in blocked shots last year with 113. Wells has already agreed to a red shirt next season at BU to add weight and strength. Now here's Midstate's Kate Alt to give us a look at the combat sport, fencing.
The ancient sport of fencing dates back to the 12th century. And you may be surprised to know that it's still alive and well today, right here in Peoria.
Sport has progressed from the original classic fencing, which was dueling, I want to hit you without being hit. It has evolved into a sport that has its own rule set, and the point is still, I want to hit you without being hit, but there's a few more complicated rules now.
Teresa has been fencing competitively for 4 years and is now the president of Bradley's Fencing Club, which is open to fencers of all skill levels.
It's basically a semester-long course. It's sometimes shorter than a semester, depending on how fast the class progresses.
The fencing club practices twice a week, and while there is a lot of sword waving going on, there is also a lot more to the sport.
It took about, I don't know, 2.5 years before the novelty of hitting someone with a sword wore off. And now it's kind of to take that place. Fencing's a huge mental sport as well as a physical sport. So you got both aspects. It's been called physical chess because in order to fence well, you have to basically control your opponent and make them do what you want them to do. So it's got a great mental aspect to it.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Kate Alt.
Haven't found your big buck yet this year? Well, the most anticipated point of the deer hunting season is now upon us. The rut, or mating season for deer, reaches its peak between November 10th and the 20th. During the rut, a buck's testosterone levels are surging, and his preoccupation with the opposite sex mean he's probably paying less attention to his surroundings. This could be a hunter in the woods or a car traveling down a nearby road, so make sure to keep an eye out for deer over the next few days when you're behind the wheel. That's all for sports. Back to you, Mariah.
Thanks, Gabrielle. A wedding party got quite the scare in Roxbury, Massachusetts, when their limo was carjacked in front of a church. While the bridal party was sitting in the limo waiting for the queue to enter, the suspect jumped into the limo and attacked the driver. The suspect spun away just before smashing into a postal truck. The limo was later discovered in South Boston, but the suspect had already vanished. None of the wedding party was injured, but they were shaken up quite a bit.
That's literally a wedding crasher.
Yeah, I guess people will do anything to have to not attend a wedding.
Just about.
Well, that's all for the news. I'm Joe Williams.
And I'm Mariah Hart.
And I'm Gabrielle Balzell. Have a good evening and join us again next week.
Thank you, guys.
Looks like I'm gonna have to lock up my limo for the weekend.
Or, I mean, you can let anybody just kind of use it, too.
Just about anybody, huh?
I wonder if that was actually Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn that actually kind of took their limo.
Yeah, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if it were them, so.
I will not be surprised either.
They do anything to have fun nowadays.
Knowing them, that's probably a record-setting wedding crashers.
They made the news, so they're probably happy about that.
Indeed. And now the food bank that they're doing now for the Midwest, donating food, which is good to help the homeless people.
Yeah, the leftover corn and soybean products, and they're donating that to the Harvest. What is it called?
Yeah, it's like the Harvest for the Midwest, like food bank as well. And then not only with the Harvest, with Thanksgiving coming, but the holiday season as well, department stores.
You can just about walk into any department store, and I can pretty much go Christmas shopping.
That as well, since there's going to be a lot of discounts going around, and also they're looking for a lot more employees as well.
I heard doubled their employee.
Which is true, because now is the time, like from Thanksgiving all the way to the holiday season, or to the end of it even, like you're going to have a lot more people coming in to buy whatever gifts they need for families.
Now I wonder if they have any of those employees dressed up, you know, as Elf or.
I'm
you know,
sure
you've seen the movie.
Do.
It's possible.
Yeah. Now let's check out our entertainment segment with Ashley Edlin.
This week's buzz brought us to the All Saints Greek Orthodox Church of Peoria. And since I just happen to be Greek American, thanks Mom, I felt right at home. The church was busy hosting its 6th annual Mediterranean Food Fest and Bake Sale. Dinners of spanakopita, which is like spinach pie, lamb, and gyros ready to eat or take home. And in typical Greek fashion, there were no small servings. But if you know anything about my culture, that shouldn't come as a shock. Each meal came with rice, string beans, and a spring roll. Last but not least was the dessert room. Hundreds of delicious food were everywhere, from baklava to macaroons. It was impossible to pick just one. All in all, it was still a great taste of Mediterranean culture. So next time you're looking for a good time and great food, head down to the All Saints Greek Orthodox Church on Prospect Road. For The Buzz, I'm Ashley Edlin.
All that food just looked really good right now.
That spinach pie.
Now I've never actually had baklava.
Neither have I.
But I heard it is a really good pastry dish.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they had, I mean, just an array of really good pastry dishes.
And it's good to try different foods. I know, like, since myself being Polish heritage, we always there's a lot of Polish fests going around, so they have, like, homemade sauerkraut. They have, pierogies, potato dumplings as well. And it's good, I think, for people to just go out and try different arrays of, like, nationalities with food.
And I was fortunate enough to, my mother being from Mexico, to have kind of 2 different cultures and different cultural foods introduced to me at a young age.
Now, what is your mom's, like, favorite dish that she
See, my mom's
typically
very
makes?
healthy, and so she likes to make a lot of soups with vegetables, and she doesn't like to use a lot of meat in her dishes.
Really?
But it has just as much flavor as a meaty dish would, so you'd be surprised.
So does she make her own type of salsa in a way?
Oh yeah, she has. But the thing is with my mother, she will make the most spiciest salsa on this earth, and nobody else can eat it but her.
Yeah.
And so she just kind of laughs and eats it herself, and I get it.
A friend of mine back home, he makes salsa, and that's the same thing too.
Yeah.
You need for a glass of milk right away. So let's check out our favorite music review this week with Christine Kinnear.
For long-awaited hard rock listeners, Alter Bridge has returned for their 3rd studio album, which is self-titled AB3. Recently deemed one of the best rock albums of 2010, it certainly leads the pack. Led by strong vocals from Miles Kennedy, shredding guitar work from Mark Tremonti, powerful bass from Brian Marshall, and killer drum fills from Scott Phillips, Alter Bridge has been a highly underrated band. Even though 3/4 of its members are from Creed, there is no competition to how much recognition Alter Bridge deserves. According to Kennedy, the lyrics on AB3 are the darkest yet, and their first single, Isolation, clearly displays this. While listening to this album, a gloomy, moodier side of Alter Bridge is revealed. Dealing with the struggle to find one's place in life, this album challenges the listener's concept of reality. Although this may be a darker record, it truly stands out among the must-haves for rock listeners. Through powerful lyrics, piercing guitars, and pounding drums, this album defies all other rock albums of 2010. For On the Beat, I'm Christine Kinnear.
Thank you, Christine.
So I heard you say that that was one of your favorite bands.
It is one of my favorite bands, and even though they're kind of a young type band, they only have 3 albums out there. Definitely one of my favorite bands to listen to.
Yeah, and they have Creed members in them. So.
Most of them are, and it's funny because there's a lot of debate going around. Like, there's people that like that band Alter Bridge, there's people that like Creed, and there's just like this huge
See, I'm not too familiar with the Altered band, but I listened to a few Creed songs on my iPod. I mean,
they're almost like the same type of genre almost, except Alter Bridge I think has more of the I think they have more of like an uplifting type spirit, except for this album.
And you kind of like that.
Yeah, in a way, and I'm more like a music type of person, so they have really good melodies that flow together as well. And then if you ever do listen to a song by Alter Bridge, they really have good wonderful vocals that just harmonize together as well. And that's what I like too from Alter Bridge is everybody has a part in the song, and everybody just comes together and
contributes to make a wonderful piece.
Exactly. And then like what Christine was saying, the first couple albums, they were pretty much. They had hopes out there, and this album is more dark and more moodier. So I mean, it's a different realm for them to try out.
It can appeal to different people, I think,
yes.
And some people may like the moodier.
Now we have some awesome talent this week that Lizzie Scoville has for us this week, and let's check it out.
I'm excited.
Good evening. I'm your State of the Arts host, Elizabeth Scoville, and tonight we're going to have Bradley University's improv comedy troupe. Founded just under a decade ago, Barbecue Kitten has performed at many events and has entertained thousands of people. Barbecue Kitten Troupe, it's great to have you here. Brad Kraft, Vice President, good to have you here.
Thanks.
So tell me a little bit about what improv is, what it's about.
Well, in improv, it's just it's similar to other performing arts, except we'll get an idea or a poll or a prompt from the audience and just kind of make it up on the fly.
Oh, that's really interesting. So is it something you find difficult to do or something that comes naturally?
I wouldn't say that it comes naturally. It definitely takes some practice.
Oh, well, I feel you. I think that would be very difficult. But what kind of shows does your troupe perform in terms of improv? Do you do other things as well, or?
Well, actually, right now we're working on sketch comedy, which is where we pre-write the the skits or games or whatever you want to call them. So we have sort of a structure. It's kind of a new thing that we're working on.
Well, that sounds interesting. What, in your opinion, makes a good improv troupe?
Cohesiveness. Everybody needs to get along pretty well, and it's a lot of it has to do with trust.
Oh, so a lot of teamwork is involved with an improv troupe, not just talent or ability.
Right, yeah, it can't be a one-man show.
Wow, that's something I never would have thought about before. So how can Bradley students get involved with your troupe?
Well, we hold open rehearsals from 10:30 to midnight on Wednesdays in the Geyser cafeteria. And if you continue to come with us, and we'll look more into you. And
oh, so it sounds fun and relatively easy. We'll have to look into that. So what's your troupe performing for us?
Well, we're going to play a game called Shoulda Said. We're going to need a pull from you, and I can make them change what they're going with how they end their sentences at any given time with the blow of a whistle. So if we could get a pull.
Okay, a pull. How about banana phone?
Banana phone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this game, without further ado, we'll start. Kids, when you're ready.
Now. Oh, man. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all day. I was going to have a peanut butter sandwich, but I didn't have any peanut butter. And then I was going to have an orange, but I realized that I only had half an orange left, and I didn't want to eat that anyways, and I'm just hungry.
Well, I think that you should call the grocery store and see. I think that you should go to the bank and see what. I think that you should go down to the market center and see what they have, like their nice selection of produce, and see what they have.
The market center?
Yeah.
Man, shoot, I thought they just had fit bodies.
Nope, they have all sorts of good stuff for your body.
All right, well.
Not just muscles.
Can I borrow your phone? Can I borrow your horse? Can I borrow your glasses?
Absolutely, I don't see why not. Here
Thanks. I have a hard time reading the street signs when I drive. Woo, do you have bad vision?
Well, kind of, a little bit.
All right. Well, do you want anything? Are you hungry?
I could really go for a banana. I could really go for a peach. I could really go for someone to do my homework for me. It is really. I could really go for just, a goat to pet around, just hanging out with a goat.
A goat?
Yeah, because like when I'm done doing my math homework and it's like, oh man, this is way hard. I'm just like, I crumple it up, throw it, the goat will eat it. Don't need to pay for it, don't need to recycle. The goat's got it.
That's a great idea.
I know.
That is the worst idea I've ever heard.
Don't lie to me.
That is an interesting thought, except, what do you feed the goat?
Paper.
Right.
The math homework. Whatever paper I want. Money.
Money?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, speaking of money, I need to go buy me some food, but I don't know if I have any money on me. Do you remember last week when I lent you that $20 so you could go get that gift for your girlfriend?
The banana phone? The goat cheese? The milk? You know how she likes milk.
I do.
Yeah.
You got a weird girlfriend.
I know.
You got an interesting life. You must have a long tab at the grocery store if you buy her milk all the time.
I do. But I don't buy only milk. I also get tuna and chips and Cheez-Its and whales.
Whales?
Whales.
They sell whales at the grocery store?
Oh, of course they do. See, they, they have it's not really a can, it's more like a jar.
It's a what?
It's a jar. It's a can. It's a toothpaste container. It's, like a carton. It's kind of like a box. It's kind of like you know how a cereal comes in a bag, which is in a box. It's kind of like that. Only instead of filled with cereal, it's filled with whale blubber.
Oh.
And so what you do is you open up the bag, the box actually, and then you poke a hole in the top of the bag, and then you put a big piece of rope in there, and then you just light it, and you got a candle going for hours and days.
Oh, that is a brilliant idea. That is a really stupid idea. That is a waste of energy and cruel to animals.
Oh my goodness, that was so funny. That's incredible. I cannot believe that just happened. That takes so much talent to do, I think. I commend you very much.
Thank you.
Well, Brad, thank you again for coming and sharing your troupe with us, and I hope you have a lot of success in your shows in the future.
Well, thank you for having us.
Well, thanks for watching State of the Arts. I'm Elizabeth Scoville, leaving you with this. Guy Pearce once said, "Theater seems to open up unrealized galaxies in my brain."
I don't know about you, Matt, but that just put me in a better mood.
It does, it does. And they are a boatload of fun, and they just have so much character.
Yeah, that takes true talent to be able to think of, random off-the-wall things like instantaneously.
Yeah. And it's like, whenever I think of barbecue kitten, I always think of, I don't know if
Cruelty
you've ever...
to animals? That doesn't come to mind?
No.
Barbecue kitten.
No, that's actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty funny. But I was actually thinking, I don't know if you've ever seen the show, Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Have I ever seen the show?
That's why I asked you.
Of course I have.
I'm sure,
but yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people, it's almost the exact same thing. Like, a lot of the games are the same. They do, like, Scenes from a Hat. They do that game that they just performed for us as well.
Yes, I remember seeing them, I think, one other time, and they performed an orientation for me, and they had a whole bunch of tricks up their sleeves, and they had the whole crowd roaring with laughter. It was really entertaining.
Now, when I seen them too, it was also at orientation. I actually had no idea what to think of them, because I actually thought, like, it wasn't going to be that good, but then they got the crowd involved as well.
And they had more people. I think there was about 5 of them when they performed.
5 and usually 5 to 10 usually see like a decent sized amount for them as well. So
yeah. Well, let's check out what's cooking this week, and I hope it's good.
I hope so too.
Hi and welcome to Cooking for Two, and today we're making prosciutto appetizers with asparagus. What do you think about that?
It sounds pretty good to me. I've never had that before, so I don't know if it's good or bad.
Me either, so let's get going.
All right.
The ingredients you're going to need are 16 asparagus, olive oil, prosciutto, tin foil, and a baking sheet. First, before we get going, let's preheat the oven to 450 degrees. Next, we're going to cut the stems off the asparagus. You can gather them into piles like we did and carefully slice. Next, let's lay the tin foil on the pan and begin to spread the olive oil. Eventually, the asparagus will be saturated with the olive oil, creating flavor. We now want to cut our prosciutto pieces in slices and wrap one each around an asparagus.
Perfect.
While you're doing that, I'll separate these. Now let's put our appetizer in the preheated oven for 10 minutes. I'll turn off the oven while you're doing that. For Cooking for Two, I'm Ashley Edlin.
I'm Scott DeMonk.
That actually
talk about a gourmet appetizer.
For some reason, it almost reminded me of
a pig in a
blanket. That's right.
But I guarantee you, it's healthier. Because it has asparagus.
A little bit. I mean, I'm not a big asparagus type person, but
I love asparagus.
Really?
Haven't you ever seen the guy in the can? You know, he's big and tall. And
you mean the Jolly Green Giant?
Him. Hopefully you don't look green. Yeah.
You know, sometimes I could be like him. You know, got to eat your whole vegetables, your green beans, your corn, and then I guess asparagus now.
Yeah, and it just looked like a lot of color and a lot of, flavor to it. So maybe I'll have to try it.
Yeah. Now, for some reason, I had no idea what that meat was that they wrapped in it, though. It looked
like ham.
It looked like ham. It looked like a very thin type of bacon. A little bit, but it looked delicious though, nonetheless.
It looked flavorful.
And, you know, maybe one of these times also, if they do Cooking for Two, they can leave a nice plate right on this table here.
You know, we might have to request that. That's going to be a mandatory thing from now on.
I mean, it is getting close to dinner time as well, and we are getting hungry. So.
Yeah, and lots of utensils to eat that with.
Give me a lot of napkins and bibs.
You'll need like extra napkins.
I'm a messy eater. When it comes, either if it does come with, you know, the Cooking for Two, or even with Let's Eat, if they have like any to-go boxes or anything, or just any leftover food, you know, just leave a spare meal for the two of us.
That's right. But the other day, I was eating lunch, and I know this is a random story, but.
Yes.
I was eating lunch in the cafeteria with my friend Hope, and some random guy like sat down with us and started up a conversation.
Really?
Kind of spooked
Hope
me.
it wasn't me.
So I haven't been around the cafeteria. No, it wasn't you, but I haven't been around the cafeteria that much. But I think I might have to come back.
Hopefully. Well, that's all the time that we have for Midstate Magazine. I'm your host, Matt Danielowitz.
And I'm your other host, Marcella Gillen.
Join us next time for another exciting episode. Until then, stay classy.
See you later.